Ben Shapiro is friends with Dave Rubin. For those that don't know anything about Dave Rubin is a homosexual. He's in a gay marriage, and Dave Rubin has adopted children through surrogacy. That means that him or his partner artificially inseminated some woman with the intention and the purpose of eventually that woman has the child, and the child is adopted by Dave and his partner. This is evil. This is among the most evil things, short of, let's say, murder, that a person can imagine. Why is that? And it's not because of a disgust reflex. It's not because it's because you are creating a child. You are bringing a life into the world with the intention of depriving that child of their mother. Think about that. Think about what your mother means to you. Your mother is the person that loves you more than anyone else in the world. Your mother would die for you, literally take a bullet for you. There is nobody on earth, and obviously there's exceptions to this. There's people that are mentally ill. There's women that have weird things with their children. But the default, women, mothers in particular, they come the closest to unconditional love that you will ever experience from anyone on earth. And Dave Rubin and his partner are involved in the evil of surrogacy, which is to bring a life into the world, an innocent child that had no business in any of this, never consented to this, to take that child from their mother, rip them from the womb, rip them from their mother, and say, you're with two guys now. You're with two big, hairy, sweaty guys, not your mother. What does that do to a child? What does that do to a human being? Where would we be without our mothers? You want to talk about, in one of my clips, I jokingly said, women like rough sex. That's the gist of it. I said, women like when you beat the shit out of them. I'm joking and talking about how women like rough sex. That seems to be the trend these days. I don't think that's controversial. And so they say, Nick says he loves rape. Really? Dave Rubin, this is a crime. This is like a prosecutable crime. Brought a child into the world to take the child from their mother. And Shapiro's friends with this guy, interviews this guy, hangs out with him, drinks with him, smokes cigars with him. So now tell me again that it's about clips from my show. Tell me again that it's because I'm a sexist. Tell me again it's because I'm a reprehensible person. Ben Shapiro just got back from Israel where he met with Netanyahu. Netanyahu has been prime minister of Israel for 20 years. How many children has he been involved in the murder of? How many rapes from the IDF has Netanyahu been involved in? He is a war criminal, according to the ICC and the ICJ, and by the way, our own government. A murderer, a killer, a warmonger, a war criminal. So let's back this up, Shapiro. You got a problem with jokes on a show. You got a problem with edgelord jokes on a show by a guy, a talk show host. But you sit with people that take children from their mother. You sit with war criminals, bloodthirsty maniacs. He's on trial in 5 different cases in his own country. His own people hate him. That's okay? Tell me again it's about clips. Tell me again it's about being an edgelord or jokes. It's not. And it's never been about that. And he sits there on a show smug. Oh, here's him being here. He said this, he said, and it's a 10-second clip. Fuck you. And you know what that is? That is a coordinated smear campaign. People don't understand how this works. You've got people at Daily Wire that get paid a salary to watch my show. Not because they like it, not because they're interested in it. They get paid. Every time I say something off color, they take the timestamp, they download the clip, and they put that in the folder. What's the purpose of this? So that if somebody ever goes off the reservation, if somebody becomes an inconvenience, we're gonna throw that out there and we're gonna air that out. Oh, well, you might think this guy's against Israel, but look at this clip. It's dishonest. It's a lie. This is what they do. Accuse, point the finger, blame. You said this, you did that. Don't listen to him. This is how they operate. Said another way, this is what they do to the politicians. That's blackmail. You don't think that's what Jeffrey Epstein was involved in? You don't think that's what the Mossad and the Shin Bet are involved in? Blackmail, intimidation, bullying. If you don't go with what we say, we will destroy your reputation. We'll blackmail you, we'll intimidate you, we'll hurt people you love. We'll take your career, we'll take your money, we'll hurt your life. So you better go along with it. That's what they do. And the whole operation is built on dishonesty. So let's just stop with the games. We don't need to play games anymore. Everybody knows what this is about. And it's not about clips. You know what this is about? This is about Israel. Everybody knows that. Here's the proof, and I can prove it to you. People think I'm gonna come out and say, well, yeah, in this clip I said this, and I'm sorry about that. It's a bad faith attack. It's a bad faith character assassination. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that's how they play. That's why everybody's walking on eggshells and gotta be so politically correct, because they're afraid of that. I'm not afraid of that. I know what this is. You know what this is. Everyone knows how they operate at this point. This is about the fact that Ben Shapiro only cares about Israel. He's a single issue voter. If he thinks you're with Israel, he supports you. If he thinks you're against Israel, he doesn't support you. That's simple. Israel is doing their make or break, once and for all push to destroy Iran and all of Iran's proxies in Lebanon and Gaza and Yemen and Iraq, etc. And they need all the support they can get. Right now in America, support for this war and for Israel is collapsing. It's in free fall. For the Democrats, for the Republicans. For Shapiro, this is very alarming. They need everybody to get back on board. And if somebody like myself, whether you like or agree with me or not, you don't have to like me, you don't have to agree with me, you don't have to defend everything I've ever said. I wouldn't defend everything I've ever said. I'm a human being. They want you to stop listening to me when I talk about this. That's what that's about. You can think I'm all of the above. It doesn't make me wrong. You can call me Holocaust denier, anti-Semite. You can call me all those things. It wouldn't change anything because I'm right about this. All of that may be true. It may be false. It might be. I'm not going to try to convince you that everything I've said is awesome or the best or you even agree with it. I'm right about this. And the proof, here's how you know this irrefutably. With Shapiro in particular, he was barking up the wrong tree with this one because he canceled me before I said any of those things. Any of those things. The clips that he put on his show today, they're from 2025, 2024, they're from 2021, 2019. They go back 7 years. But on December 25th, 2016, that's the first time that Ben Shapiro called me an anti-Semite. Would you like to know why? This is what I said to Ben Shapiro on Christmas Eve in 2016, 9 years ago, before I started this show, before the Groyper War, before any of it, before any one of those clips, the Cookie Monster, the Holocaust, well, all that stuff, before any of it. This is what I said on December 25th, 2016. I said, and I quote, I have never read an article skeptical of Israel on Daily Wire. I've never read an author on Daily Wire who was skeptical of Israel. That was the tweet. So all these, oh, he said this, he's a Holocaust denier, he's a Nazi, he's a real Nazi because he said this, because he said that. 9 years ago, before I had a show, before I had 1,000 followers on Twitter, When I was 18 years old, when I was a freshman, before anyone knew who I was, when I was a normie, when I was a basic conservative, I said, I've never heard Ben Shapiro criticize Israel. And do you know what he said to me in response? He said, and I quote, accusing any American Jew who is pro-Israel of being Israel first is a pure form of anti-Semitism. And that is what it has always been about from day one. It ends just as it began. They tried to cancel me 9 years ago. They failed. They tried to censor me, and they did. They blacklisted me. They destroyed my reputation. They turned my friends against me. They made me unemployable. I've had people show up to my house with a gun to try to kill me because of what these people have said about me for 9 years. And 9 years later, they tried ignoring me. They tried canceling me, all these things. Now, in the end, when I have all of the youth on my side, when I am ascended, when my ideas are clearly the future of the GOP, now they end just as they began. The cancel culture, the clips. Basket of deplorables. He's a racist, sexist, homophobe, anti-Semite, when in reality, the only thing these people care about, the only thing they have ever cared about, is themselves. The Jewish community and Israel. That is what they care about. That is why Shapiro canceled me on Christmas in 2016, because before I said anything, I said, you have never criticized Israel. Isn't that something? And it's true. And I was onto something. And he told me, you're accusing me of being Israel first? You're an anti-Semite. You're a Nazi. You got to go. And 10 years later, I've said a lot more things since. Now they want to say it's about everything else. It has always been about this. This country is at war. We are at war in the Middle East. Israel is fighting to take the Gaza Strip with ethnic cleansing, the West Bank with ethnic cleansing. They're going to invade Lebanon. They ousted Bashar Assad. They want us to go to war in Iran. They supported Trump because they were confident that Trump would do these things, that Trump would bomb Iran, and he did, and he will again, I'm sure. They were confident that Trump would let them annex the West Bank. This is what Israel wants. This is what's good for Israel. It's not good for us. And now that people like Tucker Carlson and myself and everybody else are saying loudly, and with free speech on the internet, we're able to say it. Now that we are saying this is not what anyone voted for, this is not America first, this is a betrayal, this is not in our best interest, this is wrong and it's got to stop. Now they want to say this is about everything other than what it's actually about. This is about racism, sexism, Russia, Putin, this, that, and the other. Do not let them gaslight you. This is about America first or Israel first. It's not about me. It's not about Tucker Carlson. It's not about things we said in the past or an interview or whether it was sympathetic. This is about the war in the Middle East. This is about whether these people have a right to control our country. Is this America first? Is this a country of Christians? Is this a country of Europeans? What is this country? Or is this a vassal for Israel? Who's really in control here? Does the Republican Party represent the interests of American conservatives and Christians, or does it represent a foreign lobby operating on behalf of a foreign state? That's the fundamental question here. Because guess what? Newsflash. If tomorrow I started leading my followers to support Israel, what do you think the result would be? If I woke up tomorrow, if I rolled out of bed and started this show, which I sometimes do, if I rolled out of bed at 9 o'clock and started this show, and I started telling my followers, you know what, supporting Israel is really based. Do you think they would oppose me any longer? Do you think they would have a problem with me? The answer is no. If I came out strongly and said, I apologize, I'm a pro-Israel conservative now, they would embrace me with open arms, because that is what they really care about. And that is why they tolerate Netanyahu and Dave Rubin. That is why they tolerate every other person, no matter how vile, no matter what their rhetoric is, whatever they've said, how violent it is, how hateful it is. Josh Hammer says Europeans have anti-Semitism in their DNA. You've got Jews saying kill them all in reference to Gaza. That's not hateful. That's not violent. It's all tolerated as long as you're pro-Israel, as long as you support this arrangement. And if you're not, they don't care what you say. They'll use anything and everything. They'll make things up to hang you and destroy your reputation, as long as they can get people to stop listening to you about this subject. They've done that to me for 10 years. Now they're doing it to Tucker, and it's a bridge too far because people know Tucker and they like Tucker. And they know that he's not a Nazi. And for many, that's a bridge too far. The question now is, what are the people going to do? And this is why in 2028, they're taking names, we're taking names too. Hey, newsflash, Mark Levin. They're taking names. Yeah, I'm taking names too. It's all going in the Obsidian files. We are paying very close attention to everybody that is with Israel first and everybody that is with America first. And I promise you, in 2028, we will be there too. And everybody that sides with Israel first, everybody that sides with Mark Levin, everybody that's engaging in cancel culture at their behest, we are going to show up for them too. We're going to show up at their events and we are going to boo them. We're going to show up to every one of their meet and greets and we're going to grill and interrogate them peacefully and politically. We're going to tell people not to vote for them. We will be there too. This is politics. You can have all the money and all the position. You can have CBS and you can have TikTok, but you don't have the truth. You don't have America. You don't own me and you don't own us. And we vote. Fortunately, the money doesn't vote. The people vote. And if the politicians want to get elected, they're going to need our votes. And if your money doesn't buy the votes, well, maybe they won't get elected. That's why I play hardball. That's why I tell people, no, we're not going to hold our nose and vote for whatever. We're not going to hold our nose and vote for whatever the GOP serves up. We will not vote for anybody that is pro-Israel. We will not vote for anybody that continues to support this. We will not vote for anybody that engages in cancel culture on behalf of Levin and the Israel First lobby. We won't go for it. So you're going to have to work that out. Levin is pushing on one side. I'm pushing on the other side. And I'm stronger than you, old man. I'm strong. You might be richer. You might have more money, but I'm stronger than you. That's why you're saying my name at the Republican Jewish Coalition. So bring it on, old man. Bring it on. I'll see you in Iowa, you fat piece of shit. I'll see you, Randy Fine. I'll see Mark Levin in Iowa. Politically, bring it on. We'll see you there. And we'll see who the politicians choose. We'll see who the Republicans choose. Your money and your fucking bullshit are our votes and the truth and America. And we'll see what the decision is. You feeling froggy? I'm feeling very confident. So that's where this has to go. It all means nothing if it doesn't go there, if it isn't institutionalized. Heritage Foundation, whatever, okay? Kevin Roberts, good luck keeping your job, pussy. But they know the next generation is with us, and they're writing about it in the New York Times. They said anywhere between 30 and 40% of the White House staffers and congressional staffers are groypers. That's an underestimate. That's an undercount. It all means nothing if we don't get our people in office, if we don't get our people in government, and that's why I tell groypers, don't let them put your name on a list. Hide, conceal your views, like they did. Like they did. Don't let Levin put you on a list. Your job is to get into the Ivy Leagues. Your job is to get into these offices, do what you need to do, say what you need to say, hold it close to the chest. But we bleed for America. That's why I like to raise the right hand. You don't have to broadcast it to everybody, and you can say what you need to say. When we're in private, It's America first. It's Christ is king. And you're not going to know how many of us there are, and you're not going to know which one of us we are. And you're not going to get a good count. You're not going to know all our names. And slowly but surely, you will be encircled and you will be surrounded, and one day you're going to wake up in the Groyper party. GOP is going to stand for a different thing. That's why I tell people, get involved. And in the elections, get involved. Don't necessarily show yourself, but in 2028, we'll be there, and you're going to need to vote your conscience. You need to vote on this issue. American sovereignty. We're not going to vote for more Israel first subjugation. We won't do it. If you vote for that, you deserve what you get. I don't care if we lose the fucking election. I don't care if we throw the election. If we lose the election, it's the Republicans' fault. We're asking for one thing. And they're worried because they know they've lost the 18 to 40 demographic. It's like all Zoomers, all millennials, and half of Gen X are saying enough is enough. And you can't win without us. Delusional. They say this is a small radical fringe. It isn't. This is mainstream now. Nick Fuentes is mainstream now. You're going to have to deal with that. Dread it. Run from it. Where did that lead you? Where will it lead you? You're going to need us in the next election. So you better figure out how you're going to negotiate the end of your rule in America, or it's going to come tumbling down one way or another. I don't care if the GOP loses. We have to be willing to let Vance or Rubio, whoever it is, we have to be willing to let them lose in the primary, in the general, whatever it takes. Has to be America first. Have to play hardball. Anyway, that's that. We're going to move on. We're going to take a look at our super chats. We'll see what you guys have to say about this. I don't know about you, but I'm done. I am done. Okay? It is dark America first. It is dark Groyper. I'm furious. I'm absolutely beside myself and furious. The way Mark Levin talks about this country, he should be deported. Not because you're Jewish, not because you're fat, not because you're gay, not because you're a pussy. Mark Levin should be deported because of the way he talks about this country. Where does he get off? The way he says, it's only off the table if we say so. Who the fuck do you think you are? You whiny, grating, odious, disgusting, fat piece of shit traitor. Where do you get off? Damn you. And I apologize for that. As a Christian, we shouldn't curse people, but seriously, damn you. How dare you say that? This is the United States of America. He says, little Adolf, who are his ancestors? You know who my ancestors were? Joe Cairo, okay? When my ancestors got here, they kissed the ground when they got off the fucking boat. And they served in the military, and they built this city. They built Chicago. And they love this country. They always have. They're all patriots. They love our country's God, Jesus Christ. They love this country. Who the fuck are you? And why are you here? You love Israel so much. It's not purely about Israel, the Jews. Why are you still here, fatso? Why are you and Randy Fine still here? Need more money, you fucking pissant? Need more money? Need more Americans to bleed for your wars? Need more money to go and kill children? More bullets to shoot innocent people in the back of the head, you fucking coward? And then they try to gaslight us into thinking we're evil. We're not evil. There's a difference. We're self-righteous. This is not anger. This is not evil. This is righteous indignation. This is moral clarity. This is the courage of our convictions. This is righteous indignation of a righteous people. These are the just and reasonable demands of a righteous people. We want our independence. We want our sovereignty. We want a nation under God, the one that we were promised. And we're done being bossed around and abused and insulted and humiliated by these sick people that hate us. Sick people that say we're going to kill 2 million people in Gaza. These sick, arrogant people that have contempt and disdain for the people that they want to exploit for their own interests. That's wrong. That attitude, those ideas, that mindset is wrong. You're wrong for having it, and you should have no influence and no power over us. So anyway, it's sick. And honestly, I'm just, like, whenever I think about it, it really brings the worst out of me because it's so fucked up. The deception, everything about it, the like layers of deceit and lies. They say, you're the Nazi. They say, you're a Nazi. Then they turn around and say, kill 2 million people. Okay, so what does Nazi mean to you exactly? Okay? Why they say you're a Nazi? What is that supposed to mean? Well, Hitler killed 6 million Jews. He tried to exterminate a whole group of people. That's why they say you're a Nazi, to identify you with the Holocaust. What are you doing in Gaza exactly? What does that term mean? You say we're Nazis. You're a Nazi. You go and turn around then and say, kill all 2 million people in Gaza. What are you talking about? They say, you're a white supremacist. Really? Then you turn around and say our blood and soil nation of Israel needs to expand in all directions? You're a racial supremacist. They say, you're a sexist. You're in favor of rape. What do you think is going on? What do you think is going on in Gaza? They're raping people in the prisons. What are you talking about? They're killing the women and the children. Give me a break already with that. So the level of deception, like we're just getting the worst. It's like a dragon. You get the sense that you're fighting a dragon. You deal with these people like Levin and Loomer, and you get a demonic energy from them. And I'm not dog whistling. When I say these people, I'm not talking about every single Jew in America. I'm not saying that. I'm saying these people, this Israel First lobby, organized Jewry that is pushing this aggressive line against Americans, the contempt, the bullying, the hostility, the aggression, the intimidation. You get a demonic energy from them. The deception, the delusions, the hysteria, it's sick, and it runs the show here, and it's got to come to an end now. Enough is enough. That's what I have to say. Enough is enough. I'm not the champion you wanted. Maybe I'm not the ideal champion, but I'm the one you got. And everybody else too. You know, Tucker, Candace, Marjorie, I've had my differences with them. We're not perfect. Candace isn't perfect. Marjorie isn't perfect. We fought before. We're the ones you got. We're the ones talking about it. We're the ones with moral clarity to put this in front of us. And you know, you don't have to like all of it, but we need to be aligned on one thing. We are with America. We are with Christ. They're not. We are with this country first, foremost, only, forever. We're with Jesus Christ on the cross eternally. They're not. They're with Israel. They hate Jesus. That's the difference. Those are the basics. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to get into our super chats. We'll talk about what you guys have to say about all this. We'll get into it. We'll take a look. Now to the best part of the show, the audience feedback. I'm losing my voice. I'm just going on. I've been live for like, what, 2.5 hours? Ranting and raving. But man, I mean, this is just, it's just ridiculous. No, it's not going to work this time. We're going to just say no. You know, and Shapiro said this on Twitter. He said, no to the Groypers, no to this, no to you, no to your fucking lies, no to your smear campaign, no to your Holocaust religion, no to Israel First and the Israel Lobby, your wars, no to your whiny fucking voice, no to the Daily Wire, no to Mark Levin, Laura Loomer, you fucking psychos, no to all of that.